Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your sleep story. I am Theresa Noi, your radical self-love coach. I work with high-achieving women who typically put themselves last to love themselves enough to put themselves first. You deserve to love, cherish, and honor yourself without guilt because your well-being matters. It gives me great joy to be the voice that guides you into a restful sleep tonight. You are so deeply loved. Your existence is the proof. Remember, if you want the video to end at a certain point, you can set a timer in your YouTube settings. You can also disable autoplay. This will prevent you from getting ads from upcoming videos. Before we begin tonight's sleep story, let's start with a body scan. Lay yourself gently upon your bed, sinking into its soft embrace. Allow your body to settle into a position of comfort, with your head supported by a plump pillow. Feel the weight of the day begin to slip away as you close your eyes, welcoming the tranquility of this moment. Take a deep breath in, slow and deliberate. Feel the air fill your lungs, deeply expanding your chest and belly. Then exhale slowly and completely, releasing any tension you may be holding. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth, letting each breath carry you deeper into relaxation. And as you lie here, let the sounds of the world around you fade into the background. Shift your focus inward, turning away from the distractions of the day. If your mind drifts to the noises in the room or thoughts of what has passed, simply acknowledge them without judgment and return your attention to your breath. Now, bring your awareness to your feet. Feel the gentle weight of them resting against the bed. Wiggle your toes ever so slightly, noticing the sensation as they move. Let your breath flow down through your body, imagining it traveling from your head, through your chest and abdomen, all the way down to your toes. And with each exhale, release any tension you may find there, allowing your feet to soften and relax. As your awareness settles, gently guide it upwards to your ankles, calves, knees, and thighs. Feel the weight of your legs sinking into the mattress, supported and held. Notice any sensations in your legs, perhaps warmth or coolness, heaviness or lightness. Breathe into these sensations, and with each exhale, feel your legs becoming lighter and more at ease. Now let your attention drift to your lower back and pelvis. Notice how they make contact with the bed, supporting you in this moment of rest. Soften any areas of tension as you breathe in, and let go of them as you breathe out. Gradually shift your focus up to your mid-back and upper back, feeling the rise and fall of your chest with each breath. Allow your back to relax completely, releasing any residual tightness. Turn your awareness now to your stomach and all the internal organs nestled within. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath as your belly rises and falls naturally. Notice any sensations here, Perhaps the subtle movements of digestion or the softness of your clothing against your skin. Allow your breath to nurture and soothe this area, letting go of any judgments that may arise. Continue to breathe deeply and consciously as you shift your focus to your chest and heart region. Feel the steady beat of your heart, a comforting reminder of your body's rhythm. With each breath, allow your chest to expand fully, and with each exhale, release any tension held in this area. On your next exhale, bring your awareness to your hands and fingertips. Notice the sensation of them resting on the bed, the gentle touch of the sheets against your skin. Feel the breath flowing into your hands, bringing a sense of warmth and relaxation. If your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the present moment and the sensations in your hands. Now, let your attention expand to your arms. Notice any sensations or differences between your left and right arm. Feel the weight of your arms against the bed, supported and at ease. With each exhale, release any tension you may find there, allowing your arms to soften and relax completely. Shift your focus gently to your neck, shoulders, and throat. These areas often carry tension, so be gentle and patient with yourself as you observe any tightness or holding. Feel your shoulders soften and relax with each breath, releasing any burdens they carry. Finally, bring your awareness to your scalp, your head, your face. Notice any sensations here, the softness of your hair against your scalp, the gentle movement of air as you breathe. Soften any areas of tension with each exhale, allowing your forehead, eyes, and jaw to relax completely. Now let your awareness expand to encompass your entire body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath as it flows through you, bringing a deep sense of peace and tranquility. Allow yourself to rest in this moment of stillness and unity. You are safe. All is okay. All is well. Allow my voice to be a point of safety for you. Allow my voice to be an anchor that keeps you in a safe space. Know that my voice will only ever bring you to safe places. Feel into your body now. Take a deep, nourishing breath, filling yourself with calm and serenity. Exhale fully, releasing any remaining tension or worries, knowing that you are supported and cherished in this moment of peace. Completely let go now as I tell you tonight's sleep story. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Let the day's tensions melt away as we begin the tale of Reese. Reese grew up in a home filled with warmth and laughter. In the little house with the worn porch swing and the sun-drenched garden, love was as abundant as the summer air. It was a place where "I love you" was said often, and hugs were a part of everyday life. The simple joy of belonging, of being seen and cherished, was all she ever knew. But life has its way of testing what we hold dear. When Reese left her safe haven and stepped into the wider world, a world full of people who didn't grow up with the same love-saturated roots, things began to shift. She found herself surrounded by individuals who did not speak the language of love, who did not laugh freely or offer acceptance without judgment. Their eyes, guarded and cautious, seemed to miss what was right in front of them. Their words, clipped and careful, hid fears they couldn't quite name. And for the first time, doubt settled in Reese's heart like a weight. Was she enough? The easy, warm confidence she carried started to waver. She questioned her abilities, the very essence of who she was. The world she now navigated was structured by rules and measured by appearances. What she wore, how she sounded, the things she found funny, all of it under a silent scrutiny. Reese tried to adapt. She adjusted her laughter to match theirs, tailored her words to blend in. But the more she did, the more she felt a chasm opening inside her, a space where her true self used to be. The vibrant girl who once danced in the sun, who giggled until her stomach hurt, who listened and loved with abandon, was fading. One night, as the city lights cast a soft glow on her room, Reese sat quietly by the window. She let herself feel the ache that she had been suppressing for so long. A voice within whispered, "Remember who you are." It was soft, almost like a breeze, but it was hers. It was the voice of home, of love, of a past that had never left her. The next day, Reese decided she would no longer play by the unwritten rules of this fearful world. If that meant standing apart, so be it. If it meant silence where there once was noise, she would embrace it. She wore her favorite dress not because it was trendy, but because it made her feel alive. She laughed loudly at a joke only she seemed to find funny. She listened without needing to respond and spoke without needing approval. And then something unexpected happened. People started to notice. They saw her ease, her joy, her refusal to hide behind fear. One by one, they were drawn to her light, craving the authenticity they had been too afraid to claim for themselves. She didn't seek to lead, but her very being called them forward. They started to mirror her courage, daring to show their true selves, daring to love openly and live freely. In time, the environment around Reese changed. The guarded eyes softened. The clipped words found warmth. Conversations grew deeper. Laughter bubbled up more easily. And even the silences were wrapped in a comfort that hadn't been there before. Reese had unknowingly become an ambassador for love, a beacon reminding everyone that fear might visit, but it should never stay. You see, we all face this moment, the moment where we choose to be shaped by the world or we choose to shape it. Reese's story is your story too. There is a world waiting, looking for someone brave enough to love, even when it's easier to fear. Love finds its way. It protects, it anchors, and it connects. It whispers in the quiet of your heart that you are never truly alone. even in the moments of solitude. For every season of separation is but a preparation, a sacred time to grow, to learn, to become. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, let this story remind you, love is not just a gentle whisper. It's a force capable of transforming even the deepest shadows of fear. When Reese stepped into that world that challenged her core, she didn't yet understand what she was truly up against. Fear had cloaked itself in many disguises: ambition, criticism, control. It whispered to others that their worth was measured by their success, by how much they achieved and how perfectly they performed. It ruled meetings, lingered in glances, and hid behind casual conversations. But high-achieving women, like those Reese met, carried this fear most acutely. They pushed through late nights, meticulously completed projects, and carried the weight of constant expectations. They built a life that looked impressive on the outside, but fear often nestled deep within their hearts, quietly shaping their thoughts. It told them that slowing down was weakness, that vulnerability was dangerous, and that any slip might cost them everything they worked so hard for. Reese's presence disrupted this narrative. Love, unyielding and steadfast, began to do its quiet work. It called out to the exhausted eyes and tired smiles. It touched the hearts that longed for approval and whispered, "There is another way." You see, when Reese stood in her truth, something changed in those around her. At first it was subtle, a pause before responding, a momentary softening of the face, a glimmer of curiosity in the eyes of a colleague. Then it grew. One woman, a leader who had always kept her guard up, found herself inspired by Reese's authenticity. She started to smile more, to let others see her humanity. She still worked hard, but she allowed herself moments to pause, to breathe, to remember why she had once loved her work. Love's power to transform fear isn't loud or aggressive. It doesn't demand attention, it invites. It's the gentle reminder that you are already enough. Not because of what you achieve, but because of who you are. It's the realization that fear's warnings of failure, judgment, or being left behind are illusions, shadows that disappear when faced with the steady light of love. For Reese, this realization brought peace. She learned to see fear not as an enemy, but as a teacher. It showed her where she needed to bring more compassion, more patience. She found that when fear whispered doubts in her ear, love answered with truth. You are safe. You are seen. You are cherished. And with that, she stood taller, moved differently, spoke with a certainty that only love could give. This change was profound not just for Reese, but for those high-achieving women around her who had built lives defined by output and results. They saw in her the possibility that there could be more, that the endless race to the next milestone didn't have to come at the cost of their joy or their well-being. And so the power of love rippled out, touching each woman who dared to open herself to its presence. One by one, they started to drop their guards. They found courage not just to speak their ideas, but to admit when they needed help. They rediscovered laughter, not forced or polite, but deep, joyful laughter that reached their eyes. They practiced kindness within themselves, even on days when everything didn't go perfectly. Love turned fear into something they could face without losing themselves. It allowed them to see fear for what it was, a part of their story, not the author. They learned that it was okay to be ambitious, to strive, to want more, but not at the cost of their spirit. As the night deepened, Reese's journey became more than her own. It was the story of every high-achieving woman who ever doubted, who ever felt that the weight of the world rested solely on her shoulders. It was a reminder that the truest strength doesn't come from perfection or constant doing, but from embracing love in all its forms. The love that forgives, that nurtures, that gives rest. So tonight, as you lay here, let Reese's journey be yours. Let it remind you that in a world that asks you to prove yourself again and again, you have the power to pause and choose love over fear. Love is not a fleeting feeling. It is a foundation, a light that guides you through the dark, and a truth that transforms even the hardest days into moments of grace. Take a deep breath and let that truth settle into your heart. Feel the peace that comes when you remember that you are enough, not because of what you achieve, but because of the love that lives within you. Love will protect you, guide you, and gather others around you who are anchored in the same light. You may walk alone for a season, but you will never be truly alone. Love will always find its way back to you. Sleep now, beautiful soul. Let the warmth of love carry you into a rest that refreshes, renews, and readies you for all that lies ahead. You are safe. You are cherished. You are loved.